Hi everyone, happy Friday Money Wind Up. I thought today we could talk about how do I save a deposit when I'm renting. We all know that rents are high and that it can be hard to save when you're already paying $400 or $500 a week in rent or more. But there are things we can do. If you really want to buy a house, then start saving now. Doesn't matter what you're saving for starters, just start. Have a separate account so that you're not tempted to dip into it. But first things first. First, you need to know how much you need to save. So if you look in the area you would like to live in or somewhere near there, you're going to need at least 5% of the purchase price as deposit. And you're going to need some extra money for costs. So, for example, if you're purchasing a house worth $700,000, then you need at least $35,000 deposit and another $3,000 to $4,000 for solicitors' fees, building and pest reports, and other incidental costs you may have. So the repayment of the loan for that would be around $3,970 a month, or around $915 a week. I can just hear you now saying, oh my God, that's huge. I'm only paying $500 a week in rent. Depends on what you want to do. Rents will continue to go up. They're not coming down anytime soon. But if you're paying $500 a week in rent, that means you need to try and save $415 a week, if that's what you want to do. The other thing is, it may be better to adjust your expectations to a lower purchase price and a lower loan amount. This is not necessarily going to be your last home. Remember that. But you need to get into the market. But how do we actually save the money? Well, what can you stop spending money on every week? Do you buy your lunch at work? If you spend $10 a day on lunch, that's $50 a week. Now, I defy anybody to be able to buy their lunch for $10 a week. $10 a day, sorry. I've seen people go out and they're spending $15 to $20 a day. Then you're looking, that's $100 a week. Now you're starting to save some money. If you can take it instead, take a sandwich from home. May not be appetizing, but you've got to keep the goal in mind. Have a picture of something you really want, the type of house that you really want, and have it up on your wall in your office so that you can look at it, see it, and know that if I don't buy my lunch, if I just eat the sandwich I brought from home or the noodles or whatever it is you've brought from home, then I can get that house sooner. Do you buy coffee? Now, the average coffee is over $5. Most people will buy 2 of those in a day at least. So there's another $10 a week, $10 a day, another $50 a week. Now you've saved $150. Can you reduce how much coffee you buy? Can you take a nice coffee from home? Or, some of the sachets are quite okay. Or just settle for normal coffee. How many subscriptions do you pay for every month? Do you have Netflix, Stan, Prime? There's a million of them out there. Well, maybe not a million, but there's a lot. Can you survive with just one? And now you're saving a little bit more money. At the end of the day, you want to be putting aside as much money as you can towards your deposit. You want to be able to save at least 5%. If you can't save it, can you get a gift? There are other options to get a house without having a deposit. That's another day's talk. But remember, keep in mind that this may be your first home, but it doesn't have to be your last home. It is just a step on the property market for you. Guys, have a great weekend. Happy Friday Money Wind Up. We'll talk again next week.